Welcome back everybody. Today I am back with 7 items from Temu, all of them under $7. So let's jump right into the first item, which can supposedly convert a 9-volt battery into a flashlight. This tiny piece here is something I'm really interested in. This is a 9-volt battery flashlight. You just attach the battery right to the light itself. There's a switch here, which I don't know what it does yet. I paid $1.52 for this on Temu. And they claim that it's a mini keychain light that features a design which attaches directly to a 9-volt battery. It turns the battery into the body of a flashlight. Now their manual states that it aims to bring joy to all ages, so we'll have to see about that. And I'll see if there's anything useful on this microscopic tag right here. All right, so there really weren't any instructions with this, but it just has a slider switch and my connector, so I don't think there's really much to really understand about this. So let's attach a 9-volt battery and see what we've got here. It looks like it's set to off, and then one way is low and the other way is high. It's not even labeled low or high. You have to just kind of figure it out. I'll just go to the right. Oh, we have light. We have light there. It's very cool. Other way, I think that's brighter. So I'm going to say this is low and this is high. Let me turn these lights off. I mean, it's not very bright on that back wall. Let me turn those lights off now. It's not the brightest flashlight I've ever seen. This is on low. Let's put it on high. I mean, a little better. A little, not bad. Let's compare it to my Ace Beam on medium. You can't even see it. Look at the two of them. You barely even see it. Let's try this on the ceiling now. It's pretty dim. You can see it, right? That's on low. Let's try high. That's pretty dim too. Ace Beam. Ace Beam is still reigning champ as far as I'm concerned. So my first impression is that it's pretty dim compared to an Ace Beam, which is barely even bigger than that. And the Ace Beam is not even in the same league. But there is something kind of cool about this. This is a novelty factor. The flashlight itself is really only that big. So that's kind of cool. This also means you have to have 9-volt batteries on hand too. But I'll take this outside tonight when it's dark. And we'll get a better idea of how it works in a real world situation. But my first impression, I kind of like the design, but as a flashlight, I'm not too impressed yet. All right, I am outside here, real world test. Let's try this out now. I'm gonna put it on high and see what we got. And, I mean, it's working. It's not working very well, but it's working. It's such a wide beam. Look how wide that is. The beam is like 20 feet wide compared to the Ace Beam where, you know, the bulk of it is right in the center there. It's just a small area that gets the most brightness. This one, there's no central area. It's just spread out. Let's see if I can walk around a little bit here. Maybe I'll run into a stray dog. Hey, there's a couple of dogs right there. What are you guys doing, dogs? Now Ace Beam. There's a couple of brighter dogs here. What are you guys doing? Bolt with the Ace Beam, bolt with the 9-volt. Pretty big difference. Can you even see it? I mean, it lights up the wall right here, but it really doesn't make much difference in the yard. Ace Beam makes pretty big difference. I like the idea. It's just very weak. Let's take a look at this UV measurement color changing bracelet. I paid $2.15 for this. Here it is. It's definitely kind of cheap feeling. Now they claim that it's a color-coded UV sensitive bracelet that changes color according to UV intensity. 4 color shades right here. It shows low, medium, high, and highest. No batteries required. Also no instructions, so I'll have to look over their listing, see if I can get anything out of this, and then get started. All right, let's do a quick test of this now. I'm in the shade. This center thing is a little bit pinkish looking. It's kind of hard to tell, but let's go in this direct sunlight. Oh, it almost immediately changed to purple. But it's funny, it doesn't really match any of those shades. I guess this means low UV, kind of moderate, high, and like extra high. I guess it's kind of high. Is the UV really high right now? Also, you have, just in case you didn't know what this was, it says UV tester right on the strap itself. I'm gonna check the UV real quick here. Let's see what it actually reads, because that's showing that it's kind of on the high side. I don't know. Is it really high right now at 8 o'clock in the morning? It does react very quickly when it gets in the UV light, but the problem is, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I checked 2 different sources, and this is showing it looks like on the high side. But right now, according to 2 sources, the UV index is 1, which is on the low side. So I wouldn't count on this to be reflective of the UV index. It seems right now like it's just saying, I detect UV rays, and I'm not sure if the strength is even really being measured. I'm gonna keep wearing this throughout the day though, and we'll see if this even changes. It does go back to light when I take it out of the sun, so it's picking up UV rays, but the strength may be a little bit off. Right now, 8 o'clock in the morning, low UV index, this is not showing that. So what do you expect from Temu? But you know what though? The day is young and I still have a lot of testing to do. Now when we take this into the shade, fairly quickly it turns back to white or light pink. It's pretty light now, so it is, something's happening. It's just, it may not be accurate. All right, in my car, about to head out to the desert. It technically is a desert, it's just surrounded by houses and parks, but in my car here, I was looking at the wristband, and it's pretty white, but just a very slight shade of pink. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera or not. Move it over into the light here. Now my windows have some UV protection, so it's not gonna turn that bright. Now you can see it's pink-ish, right? But the problem is those bottom 2 indicators don't even, like, it's never gonna be that bottom right. That's just not the shade that this indicator is. So they don't have anything that really reflects what I'm seeing right now. They don't have, what they're showing as low or no UV is not the same color. So according to my Weather Channel app right now, the current UV index in my location is 2. So I'm gonna head out there into the direct sunlight and see if it's not gonna show, I can already tell you it's gonna show it on the high side, but it's not. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's head out there, see what it shows, and then we'll discuss. I gotta be careful out here sometimes. Not only are there a bunch of bugs, holes of who knows what lives in there, but I've heard we got some wild gorn out here. You don't want to be encountering a wild gorn. Those things are nasty. All right, taking a look here. It really seems like there's only purple, pink, and white. I don't see the 4 shades they're showing. The UV index right now is at 2. It's showing it at high, so that it's clearly not an accurate gauge of the UV index, but it is a gauge that you're actually in UV light. Is it good enough? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's good enough or not. If it's not really an accurate representation of the UV index, what good is it? I guess I'll figure that out a little bit later. Let's see if I can max out this reading here, because I haven't had a lot of luck outdoors. Let's try it inside with my UV flashlight at point blank range. I'll hold this here for about 30 seconds, and then we'll see if I can max this thing out. Will this work? I don't know. I'm assuming it will. It seems like it picks up UV rays whether they're intense or not. That's about, it's still kind of closer to the high than the very high. I don't know why I keep trying. I keep thinking I'm going to get better results out of this, but I'm not. I'm just not sure how useful this really is. Here we go. It is 2 p.m. The current UV index is 8, which is considered very high right now. I'm going to lay this out in direct sunlight, let it sit for a few minutes, and see if I can max this thing out. And if not, I don't even care anymore. All right, it's been several minutes, and it never really seemed to reach this darkness. It always seems to kind of max out right there. The UV is considered very high right now. It should be here, but it's not. And with that, I'm done testing this thing out. This is a Slingshot shooter. I paid $2.36 for this. That feels like a balloon. Pretty basic here, but they claim that it's a 1-pocket outdoor portable slingshot. Ultra small size, can fit into a pocket. That's all it says. This should be easy to test out. This seems like a pretty good spot to test out my slingshot. Does it look like I'm in the middle of nowhere? It does. But there's a parking lot back there. But I think I'm far enough away from everybody that I can try this out without any danger. I'm gonna try it with some BBs and I'm gonna try it with some rocks. Why not, right? So all you're really supposed to do here is twist this open, drop your ammo in there, and that's it. Let me just start off with some basics here. Just see how one little BB works. These are small BBs. Maybe they're too small. I'm just gonna give it a first launch, see what happens. Whoa, that probably went 50 yards. Wow. You're not gonna be able to see these BBs, but you have to just take my word for it. Yeah, that's far. Fortunately, I have finite BBs, but I've got infinite rocks here. I didn't see where it went. Try another one. Bigger rock here. If I could even see it. Ah! Was that a rookie mistake? I don't know. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. That one didn't go very far either. I think my hand absorbed all the energy. Let's try another one. Oh, there we go. I can see it. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Let me try shooting something. Can I shoot something? Something inanimate. I'm not going to go quail hunting with this. Let's see how accurate I am. hoping I don't fall off this. Oh, I hit it. Oh, I hit it. Second try, that's right. I'm just gonna kind of randomly shoot a few things as you can get an idea of what kind of impact we've got here. I'm shooting rocks right now. I'm getting kind of small round rocks. I'm aiming for that little bush right there in the center. Missed. Whoa. I feel like I actually have pretty good aim with it. Oh, direct hit. You actually hear that rock. Choo! Damn flies, man. There's aggressive flies out here. Those aggressive desert flies. I definitely feel like I have good aim. It's certainly a high-speed projectile when it comes out of there, too. God, I almost hit my phone with that. It's going so fast, it's making a sound when it comes. I mean, I can hear it whizzing through the air. The only thing I don't really like about it is when you're letting go of it, your hand is right. I've already hit my hand once. I had a little whelp there for a few minutes. You have to really be careful you don't hit your hand with this thing. For a down and dirty slingshot, different design than I had when I was a kid. I had the Y-shaped slingshot. It's different, but it certainly works. I just wish my hand wasn't so close to the action. And I wish this fly would leave me alone. It's cheap, it's effective, potentially dangerous, but you know, it does work. In this bag is a fluorescent flame stone. I paid $3.56 for this, and it is a rock. It is just a rock. Just a little pebble here. Now they claim that it's a UV reactive stone. They say it's extremely bright under UV light. Great for home decorations, desktop display, or gifts. Now the photos are pretty dramatic on Temu, and I am kind of skeptical, but we'll have to come back with UV light and see what actually works. Let's try this flame stone out now. Now, at first glance, it just looks like a smooth, shiny rock that was run through a rock tumbler. But let's turn off the lights here and whip out my UV flashlight and see what we got. And I mean, it is glowing orange. It looks kind of cool. What do you guys think? Is that worth $3 for the novelty of that? Where are you going to use this? I guess if you had a UV display, it'd be kind of cool. But I mean, one was $3. How are you going to fill up an entire display with that? It'd be expensive. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of torn. I like the way it looks, but I'm not wowed by it. It's not as red and flame looking as it was in the listing. It does look cool, but it doesn't look as cool as they showed in the listing, which is pretty much par for the course with Temu. I wonder if it looks any different in direct sunlight. There are UV rays in sunlight. Probably not, but let's take it outside and see it in sunlight and see if it looks any different whatsoever, which I don't have any high hopes for. And then tonight I'll throw it in my yard and see how far away the UV light can actually work. That's all I can really think of. Does this stone look any better in the daylight? Not that I expect it to, but I'm trying everything I can think of to see what value this has. Let's take a look. That is bolt right there, but let's take a look here. In the direct sunlight, it doesn't look that impressive. Not that I expected it to, but if anybody was wondering, now we know. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy now. I'm gonna throw this out in my yard and see how easy it is to spot with UV light. I'm not sure what this really proves, but I wanna see how obvious it is just kind of out in the wild. Here we go, toss it out in the yard. Now, how easy is it to spot? Is it glowing or is it kind of dim? Uh-oh, I don't see it. Bailey, where is it? I mean, I threw it right over here. I can't even see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. It really isn't even that obvious. It barely glows more than the surrounding rocks. That's not even very impressive. I'm sure there's some uses for it, but I'm not finding it. Even out in the yard with the UV light, I couldn't find it that well. Even these glowing rocks from Temu last year are easier to find. And they're not that great. This is a 360-degree rotary stapler. I paid $5.21 for this. And there it is. It looks kind of unassuming, but that is what looks different about it. You have full rotation there. Very interesting. Now they claim that this allows you to staple at almost any angle without having to put the stapler at an awkward position. One-click rotation, ideal for home, school, or office. Ergonomic design. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to get some staples for this. Figure out how to open it up. I don't think there's any instructions, so we'll get started. All right, let's take a look here. Now, this design is not new, by the way. It's new to me. I've never used one of these, but I have seen them before. But the rotation feature does seem kind of cool. I've just never had an opportunity to try one, but now I am. Now this supposedly takes standard staples, which I hope is true because I have standard staples. Let's crack this open here. Pretty standard fare. All right, it's time for our first test. Let's just make sure it works as a stapler before I get too far here. We have a successful staple. All right, let me try a couple of sheets of paper here, just regular stapling once again. I mean, so far, it's just a regular stapler, but it's working nicely. But I didn't get this just to use it as a regular stapler. We need to use the rotation feature. Let's try that next. Let's say we're making just a little booklet here. Now, normally, you would staple along the spine here, but that's kind of difficult when the stapler doesn't reach. What are you gonna do? What are the options? Good thing I have my rotating stapler here now. I can just rotate it this direction, and now we can staple it right along the spine in the correct direction. Oh, it worked. Let's try another one here. We have staples up and down the spine, no problem. What's cool about this is you can kind of go in pretty much any direction. Let me go on the line here. Horizontal. Seems like it locks at about every 45 degrees. I'm gonna kind of go down the line here. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a double staple, not good. It did work, but it's a double staple. I'm gonna keep rotating. I don't know why you'd ever do it like that, because you get the same angle as just not having it out at all. And there's my staples. One of them kind of got messed up a little bit, this one right here, but the rest of them look pretty good. Look at all those different angles you got. Now I can already tell this isn't the most high quality stapler I've ever tried before. Seems like a couple of those was a little struggling on. I do like the idea though. And it seems like I had a couple of misfires, but overall it's worked pretty well. Let me see if I can fold this in quarters. This is gonna be the equivalent of 12 sheets of paper. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, it did, no problem. Not a problem. I have some of this thick cardboard paper. Let's see if it can do that. And I'm gonna go in and angle it once again. It's handling it with no problem. I'm gonna try something on the thicker side. I actually got some photo paper. This is very thick. See if I can go down the spine on this one. Right down the center. Oh, easy, easy. Very nice, look at that. And this is very thick paper too. It's a pretty simple design, but it does work. You pretty much staple at any angle you want for this thing. I don't even think you have to stick to the locked in angle. Let me try that. What if I just turn it slightly? Not that you would need to, but let's try it. Yeah, see, you don't even have to go to the locked in angle. It locks in every 45 degrees, but you're not stuck with that 45-degree angle. You can go any angle you want. It may not be perfect. It's kind of cheaply made, but it does work. In here is a silicone collapsible water cup. I paid $5.21 for this. Oh, we actually have some instructions, wow. They claim that it is a collapsible water cup that includes cup and case. The cup can be folded and stored in the case and then unfolded for cold or hot drinks. But they say the cup holds 250 milliliters of liquid. It certainly looks bigger on the Temu listing. And they say the entire thing is ideal for camping, travel, or everyday use. And that does seem kind of small. And it doesn't even seem like it wants to stay together. Just because it's small though, doesn't mean it won't work. Can I get it back in here? Let's see. Oh, I can. It's a tight squeeze, but I did it. You know, getting up here wasn't so bad. I have a feeling getting down might be kind of treacherous. But I'm up here, so let's give it a shot. That was a bit of a hike. Good thing I have my collapsible cup here. Of course, you know, I was thinking, you know, who's going to use this? If you're on a hike, you're just going to pull out a water bottle, right? If you're camping, I guess, and you have large containers of water, then that'd be a good use for it. But something like this, you just have a water bottle. But let's assume I'm camping and not hiking. All right, pulling out my collapsible cup. I did wash this off last night though, because you never know where this was. In some factory in China, but I cleaned it out, I'm ready to go. It's small, it's like a measuring cup. It's really tiny. I brought my pretentious sparkling water because that's what I feel like drinking this morning. So let's pour this in here, make sure it's actually watertight. It seems watertight. No leaks. That's good. I guess another use for this is when you have one bottle and you don't really want to share with that person. Is that a cold sore in your mouth? Let's pull out the collapsible cup. Here we go. First thought, it's flimsy. When you go to drink out of it, it's just like it's bending. It doesn't feel very sturdy. I'm drinking out of the corner. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of shape shifting as I'm holding on to it. Definitely not sturdy, but you know, it's not leaking. What do you expect for a couple bucks, right? Getting down from here is going to be not fun. I'll figure it out. All right, well, I mean, you know, as a cup, it did work, so I can't complain about it. It's a bit flimsy, but I do like the case. I mean, because I was thinking, do I need the case? But you know, if you don't have the case, it won't stay closed. So really, you need the case to keep it compact. And this is pretty small. It could fit in your back pocket, in your front pocket. So, you know, it's not great, but it's cheap and it does work. In this box is a wearable wrist projection lamp. I paid $6.64 for this. We have a strap that's not attached. We have a charging cable, wow. We have the unit itself, and we have, looks like some instructions. Are they in English? I do see some English instructions there, although I need a microscope to read them. That's quite a bit here for $6, I guess, compared to everything else here. But they claim it's a USB rechargeable projection lamp that you wear in your wrist. 4 modes include slow varying, jump change, gradient, and blasting flash. They say it also reacts to music. They say it's great for holidays, parties, kids, and more. So I actually can read these over before I get started. Now on the side here, there's an on-off slider, a mode button in the center, and the charging port right there. Let's slide it on and see what we got. Oh, we got something. Let me turn the lights off in here. They have names for these modes, and I don't remember what they are. I'm just gonna go through them. This is the first one, which seems to kind of go from everything lit up to the different colors, and then it flashes. It seems to be kind of just a randomizer. Here's the second one. Whoa. Oh, it's actually up on the ceiling and everything. Wow, the entire room is covered. I'm a little impressed by that. It's also going through different color schemes. The next one here also fills the room. It just is a little bit different pattern, but basically the same. And this is more of a flashing one, which nobody wants that. Do you want that? I don't think I want that. Let me show you my ceiling to see what I'm seeing here, because it's kind of impressive for how small it is. Well, if you hold it downward, that's pretty cool. Now, supposedly, I think one of these reacts to a voice. I don't think this is the right one. But if you can see, it's on my ceiling. Look at that. It's filling the entire room. Now this one, look at this. It's very pleasing to look at. I think it's actually more pleasing when you have it more condensed like that, rather than on the ceiling where it's more spread out, but still pretty cool. Now the one thing I'm not seeing is it reacting to my voice, what it's supposed to do. For how cheap this was, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it for the most part. Some of them not so great, but some are. It's not really something that's very useful. Kind of a novelty thing. I guess you could wear for parties or Halloween or something. The voice activated part is really non-existent, but overall, for what it is, it works pretty well. All right, it's pretty dark out here. Let's see if it lights up this area. Man, my whole yard is lit up. It's not extremely bright, but for something cheap on my wrist, that's pretty good. If you look at the ground, it's really cool. Whoa. I know it's kind of hard to tell what you're even looking at here. See, there's Bailey. Look how bright that is. What do you think, Bailey? She kind of likes it. Whoa. I'm gonna say that for how small it is and how cheap it is, it's surprisingly effective. I'm not sure where you'd use it or when you'd use it, but if you want to use it, I'm not sure Bolt likes it. What do you think, Bolt? I'm kind of having more fun with this one than I thought I would, so I'd call this one a success. Well, that's about it for this video. I would say everything kind of worked to some degree. To me, the flame stone seemed to be the most pointless and overpriced. And even though it worked, I think the 9-volt battery flashlight was pretty underwhelming. But to me, the most useful of the bunch is probably the stapler. It's always fun to try out new things from Temu. If you've tried any of these things, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.